Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. I appreciate y'all tuning in as always. So today we're going to review the Duratech wrench sets that I've been running for a while now. I'm going to let you know how they've been doing and my feedback on them, so y'all stay tuned. Alright guys, welcome back. Appreciate it as always. So, Duratech wrenches, how have they been doing? If you've been following along, I've had these for quite a while now, probably over a year. I'll have to look back, I'll post up here somewhere right here when I purchased them exactly and for how much. But yeah, so let's get into these. I want to pretty much go over them and let you know how they've been. Alright, so Duratech. So if a lot of y'all are in the tool market, y'all know this brand's been, floating around on Amazon for quite some time now. They've got a whole range of stuff. Now when they first came out, there wasn't, a big whole lineup. They had some basic tools, but now that they've been out for quite some time, they've got a whole lineup of stuff. I've seen, like, obviously socket sets, wrench sets that we have here. Automotive tools like spark plug kits, socket kits, specialty tools, belt tools. So stuff that you're in the market for as far as just automotive work. They're coming out with a whole line of stuff, very competitively. Now, as far as their pricing goes, it's on the very bottom of the spectrum. They're not very high priced. So as far as quality goes, it is going to be a mixture of decent to maybe lower end. Now, obviously, when it comes to pricing, there's a lot of things that are cut back, like quality of steel, longevity, parts, components, and stuff like that. So that is one thing to consider. But if you're looking for basic tools, something that's not too extensive, something that's low use, so Duratech has quite a bit of offerings out there to meet those price points. Now, when I bought this set, I was just, it caught my eye. They had a lot of stuff on there. I generally don't use flex head ratcheting wrenches a lot. It's just generally to get into those tight places or whatever, and that's where they really shine at. But, I didn't want to invest in something, so when I was looking on Amazon, I'd found these, okay? Alright, overall build, as you can see here, chrome vanadium, 72 tooth, full box end, flex head, of course, just standard open end on this end right here. So nothing too fancy, it's just your regular wrench pretty much. So we got looks like a hex screw right there that holds it in place, so you can kind of tighten or loosen it. But overall, not too bad. Chrome plating on there, no issues with it chipping off or anything. So, I started using this, throwing this in my junkyard bag, and taking it wherever. So that was another thing too. With this low cost, I wanted something that, different applications, if I took it to the junkyard or I took it to an auction or whatever, and I lose the tool or whatever, I'm not out a lot of money. So this set right now runs about $46 plus coupon or whatever, depending on their sales. So $46, 12-piece set. Now this is not the complete set. I still have other wrenches out in my toolbox, not my toolbox, my tool bag right now for the junkyard. I think I got 8 right here, so I'm missing 4. It is a 12-piece set. It comes with this little tool roll. I'll post a picture here. So pretty organized. Like I said, comes in a roll-up tool roll. So it comes from 8 through 19. No skips. So that is one thing. $46, no skips, flex head ratcheting wrench set. That's not bad. So As far as the flex head goes, full 180 degrees. So pretty good there. But overall, I think pretty decent wrench set. 12-point box end. Forgot to mention that earlier. So sizing stamped on both sides of the wrench. You get your Duratech logo there. Sizing on both sides is on this back side as well too. So after pretty much usage, you know, you're not going to use it like a combination, just a standard combination wrench. You're not going to, you know, apply a lot of torque. This is something so that way once you break something loose, it's in the corner somewhere and you just kind of want to, you know, loosen something or tighten something up. It can get into those tight places. I used this the other week, removing a temperature sending unit that was, you know, in between a, let's see if I can post a picture, intake manifold and, you know, where the thermostat was, and I had to get it in there. So, you know, these flex heads come in really good handy in tight places like that. So, you know, again, wasn't too heavy usage. Now, how long will they last? I don't know. As far as the gearing inside, how well it's built, you know, there's, you know, but for 72 tooth, I mean, it catches pretty fine. You know, there's going to be a lot of swing, you know, between each tooth. If you're really in a really tight place, you know, those 90 tooth are going to come in a lot better, perform a lot better than these 72 tooth, obviously. So that's something to consider if you're looking for something like that. So yeah, I mean, not bad at all. I've got a couple other wrenches here from different brands. I've got some Craftsman here. You know, a little bit better in terms of quality. You've got then this one's actually a reversible one, so it's not apples to apples. Let's see what we got here. I've got a Matco one. You know, the teeth sound a little bit better. The gearing sounds better in there. But again, I mean, you're paying a lot more, right? This one wrench itself, maybe like half the whole set of that thing right there itself. And I've got a Mac Expert here. Again, as far as the quality goes, you know, you've got some gripping here, but sizing, teeth, you know, you got your directional arrow right there to know which way you're swinging or whatever. But again, as far as like this Mac Expert, I only got a few sizes from this lineup just because I needed the extra sizes. They're just common sizes for me that I use a lot of. So it was good having, you know, two wrenches of that size, whatever. I don't need it. Same thing when I picked up this Craftsman, this 12 mil. And then the Matco set is actually SAE. I don't use a lot of SAE, but I needed a set, so I grabbed it. But again, you know, but not to get off topic, Duratech. $46 for a 12-piece ratcheting flex head wrench set is not bad for the money. You know, you can get obviously better. I know we just talked about the Mac Tools one and how much they cost. So obviously, you know, the big price difference or whatever. But the Mac Tools one, I think with combination wrenches, for me, I'd spend a little bit more money just because they're going to get a lot more abuse out of it. These I won't abuse just because, you know, the flex head, you don't want to break that portion, and same thing with the gearing on there. But with the combination wrench set, for me, you know, the logic behind it is that I'm gonna spend a little bit more on something I'm gonna abuse, but I can't really necessarily say that because I also have the same logic of sockets as well, because I have lower end sockets, and I don't know, but these are done fine. So if you've been interested in buying them, I'd say go ahead and get them. I have no issues with them. I haven't had to warranty any out either, so that is saying something. But you know, if you're going to be using an industrial or in a professional setting where it's daily used and abused, maybe look at something getting something a little bit better. But for these are low usage for me, and I would say they are a green light and they're good to go. So from my garage, hey, 2 thumbs up on that for now. So y'all take care. I appreciate y'all watching.